Hello everybody, welcome to IELTS with Sagar at eZone once again. I thought of giving you some quick tips about vocabulary and how simple change in words can produce better sentences and give you better marks in terms of the speaking module. So let's take some examples. Rebellious, entrepreneur, as fit as a fiddle, infrastructure, materialistic. Remember when I made a video about the vocabulary the vocabulary marking criteria of the speaking test, I mentioned a couple of things. Less common vocabulary, idiomatic phrases if possible, and along with that I also did talk about collocation and style. So if you can use these things in your speech, you are very likely to get very high scores. So let's have a quick example. Rebellious. Instead of saying teenagers don't generally follow their parents, you could say teenagers are rebellious in nature, which means the same like the first sentence, but it is definitely going to give you much better marks. So similarly, entrepreneur could be used in a very general question that has been asked in IELTS for at least 1,000 times, I can say. What kind of job would you like to do in future? It's a very common question. So instead of saying, I want to be a bank manager one day, I want to be a very successful person and live a prestigious life. Okay, that is an okay answer. Instead of saying something like that, why don't you go for something better? Use collocation, use style. Let me give you an example. I really don't plan on getting stuck behind the desk for the rest of my life. I want to be an entrepreneur one day, and I believe entrepreneurship is what defines me. I have good qualities of leadership and I can definitely motivate people. So that would be my goal. So if you can say something like that, you are definitely going to get very good scores. So as fit as a fiddle, it's a very simple idiom. So it reflects somebody who is very healthy. So that can be used when you need to talk about health. Or maybe even with sports you can relate these kind of idioms. So why do people generally play sports? They want to stay as fit as a fiddle. That makes sense? I think it does. So let's continue. Infrastructure. So that's another word you could use when you talk about your hometown, your country, your neighborhood, whatever may be the question. So the infrastructure of my hometown has been immensely developed these days compared to the past. So instead of saying developed, I added the word immensely in between to create a collocation and get better marks. Materialistic. So this is a very competitive world where people care about money a lot. So materialistic is that nature. So you could use this word when you talk about today's context. Do you think competition is better than cooperation? So you could simply start by saying, well, in this materialistic world, cooperation simply does not exist anymore, especially in urban areas and cities where the competition has engulfed people's life. Materialism has taken over humanity. So now that is a very philosophical but at the same time a very good answer which would definitely give you a lot of marks once again. So these are some minor changes you can make to your speech and get a lot better score. I'm planning to make a list of these words which are not very difficult, but at the same time which will definitely do the job for you guys. So if you'd like me to do the list, please leave a comment below. I would definitely think about it. And then if there are any other problems that you're having regarding the speaking module of the IELTS or any other modules for that instance, make sure you leave me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this video, guys.